88.5 Soufriere FM is now 6 minutes after the hour of 10 a.m. in Soufriere St. Lucia and, of course, the Eastern Caribbean. Good morning, good morning, good morning to my beautiful SCSS students who are here basically to keep us updated. And, of course, let me first of all congratulate both of them, Skye and Makena. A job well done. SCSS continue to bask in such glory, such accomplishment. Without further ado, here they are, the duo. Good morning once again. As always, it's a pleasure to have you grace us here with your lovely and beautiful faces. This is now your time to just share who you are and, in short, so our listeners can get a feel as to who they have right here on this panel this morning.
Okay.
Good. Anyone can begin.
Okay. Go ahead, Ty. So my name is Alexia Skye Philip. I'm from Soufriere Comprehensive School, and I was one of the finalists in the competition.
Thank you, Miss Alexia.
My name is Makena Edward. I'm representing SCSS, and I was a finalist, and I am the winner of the Hall of Justice Art competition.
How do you feel sitting here this morning?
Honestly, I'm just happy to be representing my school and to show everybody, what SCSS has to offer, and we're very talented. I'm just proud to represent my school.
Yeah.
A proud moment indeed for SCSS, definitely. How was that journey for you?
Like the journey creating my art piece. Okay. Well, I created the art piece because I wanted to show how important justice and fairness is in our society. Sometimes people are judged by their background, status, and you know, I just wanted to show that in my painting because everybody deserves equal treatment. And yeah, when I heard the theme was "What does justice mean to you?" I took it as an opportunity to show what it means to me because it's very important to me. And this journey honestly has been amazing because I guess I want people to treat people fairly and not judge them by their background and stuff. Yeah, so it was a very amazing journey creating the art piece. It took hours and days, but but it was all worth it at the end. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your creative process and inspiration, if I were to speak as well. Let me hear it from Miss Philip.
My experience and journey was it was very creative and very understanding. In that painting, I realized so much more that there is a lot more to see for the poverty, the sick people, the people who need help as a single mother or a single father. They also need help. And like it felt a lot since I came from a single parent family, and understanding from justice, it makes me understand a lot. And as I like look on that painting, I understand that there is a lot more to go, even though justice may not be equal, or sometimes you may not get your what you needed. You still feel that justice, it's always there for you.
I agree with you. And with that, when you think of the phrase itself, halls of justice, what does that mean to you? I mean, as a young person and even a St. Lucian as well. I mean, both of your accounts. I would just love to hear your feedback on it.
Yeah, halls of justice to me, it means that like helping others get the right justice that they need, and that they feel relief that their family member or whoever haven't got the justice that they need have finally got the justice to be free and there for their family like, once again.
Yeah, just to add on what she said, I totally agree. It's also saying that there will be a change in society,
Mm-hmm.
that they will have more justice and more equality, and people will change for the better, since it will be a message that will be sent out there for people through our artwork and this new project.
Nice. What medium did you use to bring your vision to life? Well, we saw painting, sketching, and digital, so forth. Could you just share with us?
Okay, in my painting, it showcases a single mother. It showcases um, a woman who is in poverty. It showcases crippled people who haven't gotten the rights of, like, they haven't gotten the right to show themselves in the light. The light shows that there's a new beginning for them, and that there's always a new chapter ahead of them, so that they may be free in that chapter. And yeah, coming out of the darkness into the new light, it showcases that.
Thank you. And I think out of that, um, there should be some messages in terms of our day-to-day struggles and
Yeah.
persons who are definitely faced with a high level of poverty as well. So at least, it could ring some bells and send some heavy messages across to move persons that would want
Yeah.
to make that change.
Yeah.
That's the interpretation that I'm getting.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nice.
My artwork depicts justice, fairness, and equality in St. Lucia. I have my golden scale in the middle of my painting, which shows a farmer and a fisherman on one side, and a lawyer and a student on the other side. Oftentimes we judge people based off their background or their status or how much money they have. And, I think it's very unfair. So that is why my balance scale, my golden scale is equal, because we are all equal. And we shouldn't be defined by our background or our professions. And I also have at the bottom of my art piece children planting a tree, which means change, that the generation to come is going to change that, and they'll have a lot of justice with this new project. And yeah, I really wanted my artwork to show that the pitons also show our strength and resilience, and how we stand tall, firm, and strong. Yeah,
Thank you for that. Share with me the support from your department in really putting that together.
my art department.
Yes.
So my teacher reached out to us about the competition. Well, they had already extended the deadline. So afterwards, I thought about it. I said, I mean, I can make a change. I can help. And then I asked her, can I participate? She told me, yeah. And then I went about to do my drawing, and I kept her updated. She asked me if there's anything I needed help with, and I took any advice she had to give me and stuff. And I must say, she's really supportive of our art.
But how do you feel? I mean, was there that moment where you even thought that you were going to be the winner of that whole competition?
Well, I always enter everything with a positive mindset, and
Yeah.
I'm a win to me, even though I might not win in some people's eyes. In my heart, I'm a winner because I, you know, did it. I went for it, but like I never really thought of it like me being the winner, my app is being showcased in the Hall of Justice. It never, it took me some time to even got used to that, because even the voting process, just asking people to vote for me and showing and seeing how supportive people were, it really, it really amazed me, honestly. Yeah.
Were there moments where you faced any challenges, and how best were you able to really navigate? And this I'm asking in general, your perspectives, both of you.
Yeah, challenges. They had a challenge in my situation, like being competitive with Makena and the rest of the others. I was feeling, I wasn't going to win it, and thinking, negativity always comes in your mind. But then my family reassured me that, you know, even though you haven't won or you haven't gotten what you wanted, there is still a place or more competitions so that you can thrive in them. And I was like, okay, it's just a competition. You don't have to overthink it, and there's always more to show your artwork.
Yeah, and I honestly agreed on that. I felt bad that you were in the top three because I really liked your piece and what your description had. But there's always more competitions, as you said, and
Yeah.
you did well, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy you all are using that forum to actually show the love for each other, the continuous support as well. And I think we have to train our minds to realize sometimes it's not always about the winning process,
Yeah.
but what you would have learned coming
Yeah,
out of that.
and what you
And
can give back to people, what message you can give to people.
yes,
Yeah.
and there is also that impact that you would have made, even not as a winner, but then the mere fact that you were a participant as well.
Yeah.
So your pieces are always there for the viewing,
Right.
and people will always come up to you and
Um,
say, "But I saw your stuff, and you have
Yeah.
to share that story,"
Right.
and you get that a lot.
And honestly,
sure.
just representing our school honestly just makes me proud.
Yeah.
Even though, let's say, I in a situation where I didn't win, I would just be super happy that I represented Super Compre. I mean, I put my school on the map. People would know, hey, this is Shad from Super Compre doing this. I'm just happy to represent my school.
And I'm really happy when I reached out to you as well, and you said, "Can you feature her?"
Yeah.
So that I really embraced it to see, okay, here's
Yeah.
the commentary there as well. So she also saw you as a winner.
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, because I mean, there's many of the children who went in
Oh,
our school.
yeah.
They went up for the competition, but they didn't make it to the finals. And that's still a try. You made an effort, and yeah.
Okay. You're both representing your school together, Did you bounce off ideas from each other?
No,
No.
I don't know if you can tell, but our paintings are two different. It has two
Yeah.
different backgrounds, two different descriptions. We
So
have
at no point in time did you all even need to
no. I didn't even
share?
know she was
No.
a part of the competition until
We both had two different
Different.
originals.
yeah. Mine was based off like what I saw in my like everyday life, going to school, hearing my classmates speak. That's what it was based off, like people's perception.
Okay, well, let's look at the outlook of everything else. Win or lose. What has been the most rewarding part of participating in this youth art challenge?
The most rewarding part was, getting to see that you are in the finalists and you're like, oh my God, I made it. And it was like a surprise that I even reached it because there are many other people who could have been in there. And then I was like, oh my God, I finally, it was good.
The most rewarding part for me is seeing people finally acknowledging me for my artwork and my
Yeah.
talents. Because if anyone knows me personally, I've always loved to draw, paint from grade 3. I've always loved to do these things, and it's really something I have a passion for. So finally, people can see my work, and it was really good seeing that. Also, being a finalist, I never knew that my artwork could go so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now that you guys are in the spotlight, actually, what plans do you have as far as artwork is
Concern.
concerned?
Well, for me, after that, I honestly I'm just trying to learn more, teach myself more, and learn different styles of art, and enter more competitions to push myself to the limit to see how far I can go with my art, to see if I can even start selling my art one day, or I have other art pieces that I've entered challenges with, competitions with, that I'd love people to see. Maybe even start a page for my art to just show people what I have to offer.
I think you should, and basically, I mean, coming out of that whole competition as well, that's the avenue that has been open where you
Yeah.
can definitely have a page with it on display and never ever miss an opportunity at a gallery to showcase your pieces, or even at events as well with expos to showcase your pieces as well. It
Well,
can really, really help.
To add on to what you have to say, I would love to do that. I would just love the opportunity to do it, or if someone would ask me, or if I'd hear about it and I'd ask if I can show my art piece.
Well, definitely, and if anything, I would reach out and say, hey, this is happening. We'll send you the information
Mhm.
and see if you could take that as well. On the other hand, PMA, I just want to say congratulations to both of you. Immensely proud of you, not just SCSS, but how can you not? People
Yeah.
Management Area
Yeah.
Club,
Yeah.
super,
And
super, super
featuring the pitons
elated.
in there.
Yes, so what a way to go. And this is one of the things as well. School life, you need to be able to balance school life, and you
Yeah.
also need to be able to, at the end of the 4 walls, determine what career path you would want for yourself. So I am keen in asking, what would you like to actually become when you leave the school walls? Continue to your education or masters?
Yeah,
What's the
what
plans?
my plan is to become a veterinarian because I've seen a lot of precious animals being left on the road, and it breaks my heart to see that they haven't have a home and they haven't had no food to eat, and it feels like I should do something so that they may have a home. Even though they are not humans and they are animals, they still need a home because you know they're some animals, they are attached to humans, and they would you will see that humans and animals are not different in some ways. But yeah, being a veterinarian would be like the best thing for me as I grow up.
Okay, and a second career path if one may not work out
If
as
one
you
may not
planned.
work out, I always wanted to be a dentist. And having a side job as an artist, it will be like a lovely work for me. Yeah.
All right.
Interesting. I'll come to your office.
For me, I honestly am still thinking. I have many things to fall back on because I'm multi-talented. I also do a lot of things.
Yeah.
I play sports. I do my artwork. I'm a musician. I play steel playing saxophone. I'm in many clubs. So you see a lot of things to fall back on. So I'm not too sure. But as right now, I really love the sciences, biology, chemistry, physics. So I'm looking into the medical field where I can probably be a biochemist or some type of scientist or nurse practitioner around there.
For persons who want to emulate, what encouragement, what appeal, or even what advice would you lend to them?
For
For young artists,
Yes.
I would advise them to like keep their dream, even though life may be tough and like people say, oh, your drawing's not good or this or that. You may keep your dream because you never know, you may turn out big one day, and try, keep on trying, even though you may falter, keep on trying.
yeah, and to add on to what she said, people now say that AI is replacing a lot of things,
Yeah.
such as your artwork and stuff. But there is something that it will never give out you the emotion, the love that you put into your work. AI cannot do that. So you have to keep your as you said, keep your dream, your goals, set goals for yourself, and keep improving on your artwork. Try new stuff, show it around. You can post it on social media. Yeah.
Listening to both of you, how do you really think initiatives like this can really help to push the talent, push the artwork in not just in the school, but in community or nationwide as well?
Yeah, having motivation. Motivation is the key to success because if you don't have motivation, you will not be what you want to be in life. You'll fall back and say, oh, I cannot do it again. And then you could have had the chance to be the greatest scientist in the world. So it's mostly motivation.
Yes, I would say motivation coupled with maybe having the right persons around you.
Yeah,
Yeah, you need to have people pushing you. You need to have a
support.
positive mindset overall. Because if you keep doubting yourself,
Yeah.
then the people around you will not believe in you. Because then you will just be saying, I can't do it, I can't do it. So they'll just, feed off your energy. And yeah.
At this moment, you lend support to persons who have really helped, supported, encouraged along the way, and by far this journey here today, those who
Yeah.
have been really instrumental.
I have a lot of support. I have a
For sure,
support.
everything starts with the Almighty.
Yeah, yeah, God first. He gives me the idea and, the good mindset to do the work. But yeah, God, my family, my teacher, Miss Yukiri, she's my art teacher. She, pushes me. And yeah, and to, thank for the support from everybody, even though it been rough, I have a lot of support.
Same for me, honestly. As you said, God, honestly, I prayed so much because I worked
To
really
win.
hard. Yeah, I really wanted to win because if anyone knows, I worked so hard going and sleep late, trying and putting my paint in front of the fan to make it dry faster, trying and get the tiniest details in. It took a lot of time, a lot of time. And I like to thank my family because without them, I would not win this because they're really pushing for votes and stuff. When people heard that, they were like, "Oh, she's in this. Let me share this to my friend." They're really supportive, honestly.
Okay, being seated here and actually listening and feeling a bit inspired, just walk me through in terms of the artwork itself. You made a mention of having to spend lots of sleepless nights and whatnot. I assume it's a tedious process, none the matter. So, for somebody who has no idea, just walk us through that.
Okay, for my painting exhibition,
Yes.
it honestly, if you don't really love painting, you will honestly be like, I don't want to do this anymore because I made mistakes. Sometimes I use a darker color that's not supposed to be there, and then I have to unfix it. And it's honestly a really hard thing to do sometimes, depending on how um difficult the artwork you're trying to accomplish is. And people who don't know or don't find art or paintings interesting would not know that it takes a lot of time, effort, and honestly just having a love for painting. If you don't have it, you will not want to sit there for 2 hours straight painting. Your back is hurting you and getting the right colors and all of them things. It's really, and art supplies can be expensive as well. So that as well.
Thank you for that little insight. And Sky?
My painting, it wasn't too bad. The colors I use were more like dark, and then I had a lot of mistakes for the like yellow part because when you're using dark and then using bright, it sometimes mix up, it just make it off. And then I had to like, since using dark, the people have to be a certain color that they may see. And it's been not frustrating because as an artist, I've been through worse things than that. But it was a very good journey and challenging at the same time.
Oh, and I just remembered something to add on to that. That's my second attempt at the painting. The first time I messed up really bad. I had to throw away the canvas. Yeah, yeah, I messed up really bad. And plus, I think what happened, I accidentally pressed salt on my paintbrush. I was trying to achieve a specific detail, and then I poke a hole through the canvas as well. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Those moments I couldn't have imagined.
yeah.
88.5 of FM, 10:30 a.m. in Surface and Solution. Of course, it's in Caribbean. If you are here and just listening, it is SCSS in the building, the Skye and Makena. And just providing insights as to the recently held Youth Art Challenge St. Lucia's Halls of Justice. Um, I would love, is there, apart from the school, where would you love to have your visuals display for persons, even maybe all the schools for interaction?
Honestly, I love for my artwork to be displayed all around St. Lucia, especially during the Jazz and Arts Festival or Carnival.
Yeah.
I wanted to portray something that really makes a big impact on people. I want my artwork to be everywhere, honestly.
Yeah,
Just
what she said.
it could be at the museums or something.
Okay, another thing as well prompt me to ask, Have you guys consider at least being on different media platforms to share your journey and inspire students as well?
After the competition, I thought about it by making a page for my artwork and showing people what happens behind the scenes and stuff. I thought about it, but
So you have a before and after?
yeah, like
Really cool.
I'd want people to see, like, for example, when I poke the hole through the canvas, I'd want people to see that, and then after this is the turnout, I want them to see that. But I don't know, I'm a bit nervous about that.
You are, but it's your artwork, it's the journey, and it is taking something lifeless and breathing life into it and making it monumental.
That's true.
Yes. So you
Honestly,
should.
I mean, I'll be inspiring other people to do their best.
Yes, and I can maybe share a story. Thank you so much, Sky. That day, like you, I could have maybe just trashed that canvas as well when we had that paint and sip and
Yeah.
trying to get those colors and me trying to form a cloud of like, yeah, I'm not getting it the way that I want to. And I said, me, just don't imagine that.
Yeah, so
And
you
then
see,
imagine you get the reassurance like, oh, this is lovely. This is, oh, how
yeah.
did you do that? But believe me, it's just nonsensical that I did that. And but Sky, thank you so much, so much, so much, so much for
Yeah.
all the assistance that you poured into me trying to breathe some life into
Yeah.
that canvas. To SCSS, this is a proud moment once again for them as well. So not only are they succeeding on or in their sporting disciplines as well, but in the school are also showcasing their artistry. So I think it is a plus for the school. What would you sitting here today? What can you share with me that you basically learned thus far in within your school walls at CSS?
The school was of SCSS.
What has school taught you thus
What
far?
has school taught me this far? Do you know?
Role model, discipline.
Yeah, it taught me to learn manners. It taught me to learn, you know, how to socialize. It taught me how to speak up. You know, it taught me many things. It taught me, you know, my any new talents I had, any hidden talents I had. It taught me many things.
For me, school taught me that you you will need people, so you will have to, you know, be nice to people, spread kindness, because for this competition we needed people to vote first. Now we have to now, if you're not a kind person, people won't gravitate towards you or want to vote for you. So it taught me that I have to be more kind to people and treat people with respect, honestly. And it taught me how to come out of my shell, because a few years ago I would, yes, I would
Interesting.
never ever do my painting and go up to Miss Eucurry or speak to. It's been, I was in my shell, honestly. I wasn't speaking to anybody really.
Antisocial.
I was just in my class, wasn't going anywhere. I would never think of going for art competition
Can you
before.
believe that? Someone used to be in a shell and seated there and having a
Yeah.
discussion.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why I did it, because I noticed that I have a lot of things to offer, a lot of talent, and just sitting down there being quiet, it will not allow me to show my talents. So I took them out of that shell, trying and go join clubs, especially shout out to the PMA.
Yeah.
Joining the PMA club really helped me. Joining Duke of Edinburgh, my orchestra, they really helped me come out of that shell. Yeah.
I'm proud of you. You keep asking. You came out of your shell as well. So
Yeah,
you're
as a
talking about
little,
oysters now.
as a little bit antisocial at first, and getting to like meet new people and like see people. It's been, I still shy a little bit,
Yeah, I could tell.
but you know, getting to socialize more. It gets me out like for the PME, for the Japanese club I'm in, I'm in many clubs, and yeah, it's been a lot. And getting to make new friends like Makena, um, having friends back for back, it's best, good friendship.
Okay, and you made mention of having to make friends like McKenna. So an impromptu would be, what is it like for you outside of the school setting?
Outside of the school setting, I socialize with mostly everybody. Um, if I see like you're down or you shy, I'll be like, "Hey, you have any friends? Come on, let's go." I get them out of their shell, even though I'm not out of mine. You know, I try to push people,
Yes,
even
McKenna.
though I don't push myself. But yeah, it's been,
Outside of the school setting for me, well, if I'm being honest, there's no really outside of the school setting for me. Outside of school, I mean, I go to my extracurriculars. I play steel pan orchestra, maybe the PMA, and that's all. I don't really.
So when you
I'm still a bit shy when it comes to speaking to new people. That's why I join like clubs like Duke of Edinburgh so that I can speak to people that I don't know. But it can be difficult for me sometimes.
I'm gonna come at you all and have you all speak more for sure. Um, thank you so much. I must say, taking the time out of your school curriculum and just sharing the journey with not only myself but the listening audience as well. I think it speaks volumes where talent is concerned. Do you really think that support is given generally to youth talent?
I would say yes, because, um, older people like to see younger people thrive, and they don't want to see them like, with bad company or in bad things. They would like to see them thrive and do good.
But at the same time, I would say no. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
yes and no.
it's both.
Because I feel like people are like have the wrong focus. They're focused on the wrong things, and I think that they should uplift the youth more and allow them to showcase their talent and spread awareness, like saying that we should support this girl or try and create like a positive image of the youth of nowadays because we have a lot to offer. A lot of us have talents, hidden talents. Some of us are too nervous to share our talents and stuff. We need to share our youth talents more often. I feel like we have the wrong focus, and then there's some of us who help the youth, push the youth, vote for us when we're in competitions, share our work, and yeah, it can be yes or no.
Okay, I agree. It could be yes or no as well. Also, lend your thoughts to delinquent behavior at school because there are some students that basically they come to school and their motive is just to create trouble. And do you all have any specific roles at school in terms of? I knew back there were, I think, prefect.
Okay, we do have prefects. We have peer helpers. I'm a peer helper. I am my class prefect, but I will be a school prefect soon. And honestly, it's based off their background they behave like that. Based off maybe how you were brought up. And I feel like we need to have different things in place for students like that, so it can
But in
change
your
their focus.
capacity, what do you plan to introduce? How do you
Well,
plan to correct such behaviors? What measures will you
I
take?
can give lots of ideas, especially when I go back up for the student council in September next year. This year, I want to introduce more like permanent clubs that can help children showcase their talent, especially boys, because we know the boys they kind of troublesome and stuff. Use these talents,
But I think
showcase.
why do we focus to say the boys are kind of troublesome as
Means
well?
well, I said it's mainly the boys. There are some girls, they can be hyper troublesome and stuff. We can make workshops, permanent clubs. If you like to climb the school trees and then you're not supposed to like bring them into like an agriculture club. They like agriculture or have competitions who can climb the tree the fastest. If it's that like just use if they're being troublesome, use these things to you know teach them like you have potential. Stop fooling around and do better.
Let me just take that time and say, extending the best of luck to you. Definitely. I see your enthusiasm as well.
Mm-hmm.
S- Everything will be okay and everything will work out for sure in steps. And every day we learn new things as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps us on our journey. Different persons we meet, different people we encounter as well, plays an integral role to shape us, whether it's good or bad. They play a role to shape us. Interestingly, for you, what capacity have you served in at the school, or what do you plan to do to really serve, the day-to-day school processes for you?
Yeah, I plan to do like the wars in the school. It needs to be died down a bit. Try and you know less conflicts in the school, and build up friendship with other children, because some of them, they're not,
Someone coming from troubled homes,
yeah,
yes, it
troubled
will be
homes.
difficult,
And it may be difficult to have friendship with people, and they'll not be that friend. They'll probably be,
which is true.
a little hypocrite. But it just have to, build some friendship, retain them intact.
Isn't that why I think the pay helper was
Yeah,
created?
Yeah,
helper is
helpers is
basically
basically on that.
you're an extension to the counselor. You're basically the counselor's right hand. You help. Sometimes students connect with people around their age or student instead of telling an adult because they're probably too afraid. So they prefer to speak to a trusted student or somebody close around their age because it will feel like speaking to a friend instead of speaking to like you speaking to the counselor, like speaking to your mother. You're afraid she'll go and tell somebody. But that's what the peer helper is there for. You help your peers basically.
Okay. At this juncture, we have almost near our discussion. It's been interesting. I want from both of you sitting here with me today, what do you envision for yourself?
For me, like, do you want me to like for my future for me overall?
Overall, like,
Overall, well,
yes.
for me, I want a lot of things for myself. I want people to. I want
I
honestly
mean, when people see Makena,
McKenna for
yes,
McKenna for my talents, as I would say. I just want everyone to know me for my talents, my name, my what I have to offer and stuff. I want to, make a name for myself, my family, my school, most importantly, and Soufriere overall, so that people can see that Soufriere has many talented people, youth especially. That's what I want for myself in the future to be successful. Yeah.
and you're gonna work towards it.
Yes, the process has already begun.
Yes, so when I see those billboards, I would say, hey, look at Makena.
McKenna.
Yes. And to the
Yeah,
sky.
for me, yeah, as she said, I would be working on like a title for me, because I'm not somebody you would be like, oh my god, look, Alexia. Mostly everybody know me in the school, except for the new form ones. Sometimes, yeah, all of them knew me. Like, for example, the time when his competition, I placed food. Yeah, the other assembly, everybody knew me. For road race, same thing. First girl, everybody know me. Many people knew me for that road race. Like, a lot of solutions knew me. They'd be like, "Oh my god, congratulations on being first once again." And so I was like, "Wow, I have a title." And I want to make a title as an artist. Not just for track, but also for artwork and other things that I work on.
Well said. 15 minutes to the hour of 11 a.m. in Surface and Lucia, and of course, the Eastern Caribbean. Your final commendations. Before that, what advice would you give to other students at your school who might be hesitant to share their talents or even enter the competition?
Yeah,
Perseverance,
I'll advise them,
determination.
yeah, to have a lot of determination, because you can do it, and you can strive to that, and there's nothing that can stop you, only if you put your mind to it.
Definitely, but there are moments where you know deep down that you could
Yeah.
do it, but for some reason you still there's some fear that
Yeah.
sometimes is
Well,
holding you
you
back,
need
sometimes even
to.
panic attacks
I,
and all of that.
I would say to put that fear behind you or seek someone's opinion sometimes. They can
Hmm.
help motivate you. Put fear behind you and just go for it. You can never know the outcome of something if you don't try. Even though you don't um, go where you want to go, at least you went for it. You made your mistakes. It's trial and error. You can always learn from these mistakes and go for it again. There's always multiple chances in everything. So
I
Yeah.
agree, and you made a mention of ask someone for support, or
yeah,
but
you
I
can
think
ask someone's
sometimes you
opinion on
may
something.
be attracting or asking the wrong persons as well.
Yeah.
There's also fake support. So
Yeah. So you want to, I would say, ask somebody
like
you,
genuinely,
yeah, like you want someone's honest opinion. Do you think I'm suitable for this? Do you think I can do this? Yeah. Or sometimes you just need some motivation. You go to someone who normally motivates you. Do not just to you or listen to something on your phone to say that I can do it or create affirmations for yourself. It motivates you overall.
nice. Now we've arrived at the end of today's house guest discussion. It's been pretty interesting. What would you like to leave with the audience? Leave with your peers, and most
Okay.
importantly, leave for SCSS. Any
Okay.
final commendations?
Any accommodations be for the young ones out there, always motivate yourself to do what you want to be and what you want to do. There's nothing that is stopping you, and that set your mind to your goal, because you can achieve it, whether it's difficult or whether it's easy. There's always a way that you can achieve your dreams.
Yeah. For me, I would like to say the sky is the limit. You may stumble, you may fall during the way. You may doubt yourself, but don't rush the process. You
Take
might
it
lose all the
easy.
progress that you have, but start. Even though you fall, start over. The sky is the limit. Push for everything. Motivate yourself and motivate others around you to do the same.
I love that the sky is the limit. You heard that? She kept
Your
stressing on
sky.
the sky is the limit. She deliberately chose that one. 10 minutes to the hour. For me, I could say I could do all things through Christ
Who
that
strengthens
strengthens me. And
me.
Right.
sometimes you doubt it, beyond reasonable,
Mhm.
understanding. You doubt
And
it sometimes.
for the religious people, honestly, praying does a lot.
Hmm.
Putting your knees down and pray, trusting and believing in God, because without Him, we're
And
nothing.
there's
So,
nothing to do.
I'm happy we have some spiritual beings. Definitely. Thank you so much, Sky. Thank you so much, Makena. And I wish you guys great things. And I'm looking forward to also bring you back here. You can never tell when another expedition or challenge arises where you all will be participating, because a name has been carved already.
Yeah.
So persons will definitely um, try and get a hold of you guys, contact you, or come to the school to visit, and maybe have interviews if you will as well, just to share that story, just to inspire, someone who needs to hear this message at that
for
point in
sure.
time. So it's been a great opportunity. Thank you so much. As you all get set to head back to the school walls, I'm wishing you all
Yeah.
a productive and, of course, a fantastic Thursday. Stay
Thank
blessed.
you very
Thank
much.
you.
88.5 Sofa FM, and this has been our first part of House Guest Edition for today, Thursday, the 21st of May 2026. None other than SCSS St. Lucia's Justice Halls of St. Lucia Halls of Justice, yes, Makena, and of course, Skye. Congratulations to them on their artwork, great designs. And if you definitely want to see those pieces, it will be posted pretty soon on the page, or you can just check the SCSS's Facebook page as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you, as we get set to host the Hotel Chocolat's leader marketing manager, and it's all about Luminous 2026 edition. Stay tuned to that right after the break. Thank you so much.